Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Healing Out Loud with CharlieB, the Concussion Chronicles. I like that name a lot, Concussion Chronicles, and Healing Out Loud because I'm going through this process out loud, letting you see the realness behind the concussion that I suffered back in March of 2026. And I've been healing on my healing journey, and I continue to say I am healed, not I will be healed. Every day I say I am healed. I'm speaking it and declaring my healing because God said by his stripes we're here healed. I'm going to ask you to excuse the hair today. This is probably why I wear hats a lot now. um, CharlieB is a natural girl, but sometimes my hair just likes to show off and is blowing in the breeze, and I'm pretty happy right now. So we're just gonna go with it, okay? so, so before I get started, as always, I want to say I'm not a medical professional. I'm just sharing with you what I went through with my traumatic brain injury. I hit my head um, and ended up with a concussion. So I'm not giving out any medical advice. I'm just sharing with you what I went through, my personal experience. Okay. So, yeah, I ended up, the one of the things that I regret the most, oh dear Lord, is ignoring the hit. Don't ignore the hit. Day two of the concussion was probably the worst day of all because I literally didn't know what was happening. And in the moment when I was telling my husband, something's wrong, something's not right, it was then that I remembered, oh my God, I hit my head. Not only I hit my head, I came home, went to sleep, and I could have died in my sleep. Thank God I didn't. I actually found out by the mm, the see, this is a part of by the TBI doctor that that's not actually true, that you could die during your sleep. I forgot how he explained it, and again, I'm not even going to quote him, but all of our lives we've been told if you hit your head, don't let him go to sleep, don't let him go to sleep. And I did. Worst mistake ever, because as women, especially, no shade to anybody else, please guys, don't come for me. um and I didn't send for you, and I'm not coming back. So, especially for black women, stuff happens and we keep going. Something happens, we keep going. We just keep going, we keep moving, we figure it out, we just keep moving. And th- that's that was a huge mistake on my part. And also, not that I downplayed it, I just didn't think it was that serious. They were like, okay, you have a concussion, you need to rest. And I was like, okay, but I was still doing things. I still went to work. And the more I did, the worse I got. But it didn't even dawn on me that it's getting worse because you haven't stopped. You need to stop. Stop. And that's what my husband said. Stop. My cousin, stop. You have to stop. And I was like, I didn't even do that much today. I didn't do anything. I wasn't really. But as I calculated, my day, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing that, and I was doing this. The things that we don't even think is that big of a deal, because I wasn't getting the brain rest. I'm thinking I have to at least try to go to work. I have bills to pay. I can't sit home. I have stuff to do. But when you have a brain injury, your brain literally has to heal. And the way that it was described to me was that your you hit your head in the spot where there's nothing back there protecting it. It hit my head, right? The other interesting part is the doctor said that if I would have hit my head a little, I mean, just a little bit over, I wouldn't be having all the symptoms that I having. So leave it to Charlene to hit it right in the spot. That's going to cause all the trauma. And I forgot where I was going with that. What was I saying? I forgot. Um, I forgot what I was saying. I had a really good point. Oh, it's gone. Hold on. This is why I have notes too, because mm, no, it's gone. Anywho, don't ignore signs. Don't ignore the warnings. Rest your brain. The brain rest. That's what they kept saying. And so at one point, I had to be taken out of work completely because no amount, how am I trying to say? Mm, no matter how little I was working, any amount of work was traumatizing me. I'm wording that wrong. Now I'm all over the place. So I just had to stop. I just had to stop. Didn't turn on my computer, barely used my phone. I had to get brain rest. Oh, he was saying, you hit your head, just imagine cutting your finger. If you keep getting it wet, it's never going to heal. If you keep using your brain, it's never going to heal. Now we use our brain. We have like probably 8 to 10,000 thoughts a minute, a day. I don't know, a lot of thoughts. I've just made that up. But we have a lot of thoughts running through our mind. So there's no way to actually shut your brain off because we constantly have thoughts, right? So what they're saying is just relax and sleep. Relax. Turn lights off. What they didn't know is I don't I'm not a sleeper. I rise very early in the morning and I start my day very early. It's just what I do. I've done it for years. And even on weekends when I don't have to work, I still get up early, right? Um, but I had to force myself to stop. Just Charlene, stop. Which is what which is what leads me to come in my backyard every morning. God has blessed me and my husband with a beautiful property, and our backyard is wonderful. And George don't play about his grass, so I take my shoes off and I walk back and forth, barefoot, just thinking, meditating, thanking God, giving Him praise, listening to the birds chirp, just being one with God. I've been doing that every day for the last month and a half, and it has really helped me a lot. Um, yeah. So don't ignore. You want to know why too? Because we only get one life and we need to take care of it. And when we're gone, we they're gonna replace us at just about everything. My husband, without my approval, is gonna get a new wife. My kids won't get a new mother, but I mean, they'll have a stepmom. My employer, they probably already got somebody lined up to take my place if something happens to me. In every phase, we can be replaced. By the way, George is not. I'm not one of them wives that's like, when I die, I hope my husband finds somebody to make him happy. I do not. I don't. And I'm not editing this out either. I don't want him. I want him to be happy, and I don't want him to mourn me for the next 10 years, but I absolutely do not want him to get married to another woman. I put in a lot of work in this marriage. And till death do us part, yes, but not to the new one do us next. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, don't ignore. Don't ignore your injury. If you hit your head, go get help. And I'm in closing, my neurologist told me that another patient of hers hit her head on her dining room table exactly like I did, hit the back of her head. She had a traumatic concussion and she has little children. She's in a wheelchair. So I want to give glory and honor to God that I'm still here. And for the most part, I'm in my right mind. I'm in my right mind. I can deal with forgetting a couple words and deal with a stutter. She's in a wheelchair, and it broke my heart. But I thank the Lord at the same time because that could have been me. If you know anybody that you believe this video can help, this series can help, share this video, like it, give it a little thumbs up, and subscribe. I got bit by a mosquito and it itches. I have to rub it with alcohol. Subscribe so it can reach more people because we're going to be healing out loud together. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. CharlieB out.